girls, so this is going to be a review on one of the products I got on my most recent Sephora trip, and it is the Makeup Forever, wrong side, Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus Mattifying Liquid Foundation. My shade is shade 45, and I've never really used liquid foundation. Never had a reason to. But I felt that I wanted to jump on the Makeup Forever foundation bandwagon. Everyone was getting their foundations. Everyone was raving about them. Everyone was talking about how good they made your skin look and how amazing they worked, and it was like the next coming of Christ in these little bottles. So I decided, why not give it a try? So I got the Matte Velvet Plus foundation because I do have an oily T-zone, and I didn't want a foundation that was going to contribute to like the shininess that my skin can sometimes have. So I got the mattifying one. Some people don't like the Matte Velvet Plus because it's mattifying, but at the same time, why would they even look into the foundation if they know that they don't like mattifying formulas? And this indeed is a mattifying foundation. It can be used for dry skin, normal skin, combo skin, oily skin. I don't really know why people with non-oily skin would use this, just because it's not going to do anything for them that a regular foundation couldn't do for them. Like, I wouldn't get a foundation that's meant to, cover up freckles, because I don't have freckles, so why would I get a foundation that's specifically meant for freckles? Which is the same way I feel about this. Like, why would you get a foundation that's meant to combat oily skin if you don't have oily skin? Like, why not just get a regular foundation? And then those are the people that complain about the way that this foundation sets up. So, I don't know. I like that it's mattifying. I like that it goes on matte. If I want my face to look dewy and to glow and to glisten and to shimmer, I would spray my face with MAC Fix Plus, and I would highlight and I would contour and I would apply all the shimmer my little heart would want. But I don't want that in a foundation. I want to be able to choose exactly what goes on my face and what doesn't. And the fact that this doesn't leave any sort of dewy glow, glisten, or whatever is actually one of the high points that I would give it. Because not a lot of foundations give you that option, because they think that everyone does want a dewy, glistening glow, but that's not always the case. So I've been using this foundation for, I guess, past week and a half. I'm sorry, it's shaking. Past week and a half, 2 weeks, I guess. And I really like it. It does what it's supposed to do. It has medium coverage, which is good, and it's mattifying, which is also good. And paired with the right primer and setting formula, it doesn't slide, it doesn't shift, it lasts the entire day. I wear it outside, and like, it's in the 80s and 90s right now where I am, so it's definitely holding up to the heat. I don't really have anything bad to say about this. I can't think of anything bad. I was definitely not paid to do a review on this. Oops. So I'm not important enough yet. So yeah, I'm pretty in love with this foundation, especially since I'd never used a liquid foundation before, and I went from like, I don't know, I kind of went from like not having a driver's license and my first car being like a Jaguar. Like, I'd never used a liquid foundation, and turns out that the first liquid foundation I use is an amazing one that everyone in the makeup industry loves. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people love. So I'm really happy about this. The only downfall about this is that it costs $37, I believe. 37 or 40, somewhere between that. Which I guess is expensive, but seeing as it's such a good formulation and it's such a good foundation, period, if you're looking for a really good foundation, then I mean, I'd be willing to shell out the money for it if that's what I was looking for. It has medium to buildable coverage. I'm sure you can get a light coverage if you just put it on regularly and shear it out with like a wet makeup sponge. But I don't, so whatever. I just put it on with my regular old CVS brand double-ended in the pile that is my makeup kit foundation brush right here. This, which is comparable to the MAC 190, a little smaller. It's synthetic, and a lot of people differ in the way that they put liquid foundation on. I personally use this. If I really want to shear it out, I'll just use a makeup sponge, like I said before. Makeup wedge, if you don't know what that is, it's one of these little buggers. Also called cosmetic wedges. Spray it with some water and just shear it out. Just put it over your face, take off the excess makeup. So what else can I say about this? I told you how much it costs, I told you what it does, I told you what it doesn't do, I told you how much it costs, I already said that. I told you about the coverage. I don't know. If you're someone that has oily skin or combo skin, and you've been looking for the right foundation for you that's going to give you good coverage, but is going to keep your oil under control, then the Matte Velvet Plus is definitely a good choice for you. I would suggest going to Sephora and testing it out, or going to a Makeup Forever store if you're in New York City, where they have their flagship store. The thing about this is, because they're well known for their foundations, they have tons of shades. And different shades are for different undertones. It's not just they start off with really light and just get dark. It's not like that. They get dark, but certain shades are targeted for people with certain undertones. This one specific is for medium skin with beige undertones, which is why it works well for me. So I would recommend you going into Sephora and asking someone to fix you up with the right shade of the Makeup Forever foundation. I wouldn't suggest just going there and just like, oh, I look like I'm this color, and just putting it on, because even though it might look to you as if it's perfectly fine, there might be a better choice for you depending on what undertones you have and what exactly it is you're trying to cover up. So yeah, just go up to a Sephora person, just ask them to help you out. That's what they're there for. There's no pain in asking for help. It's just gonna lead you to the perfect shade for you, which, I mean, one of my pet peeves is people who wear foundation that is completely the wrong shade. Like, that's I don't know, it's blasphemous to me. It's just horrible. It's one of my pet peeves. They look like one shade, and then you see their neck, and it's completely like 5 shades lighter, 5 shades darker, and you're like, do you not own a mirror? Do you not see that this is not your skin tone? But I digress. All in all, I give the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus Mattifying Liquid Foundation 4 stars out of 5. It does what it says it does. Good coverage. A little bit of a steep price, but there's a lot in here. You won't run out very quickly. So, that's my review.